What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Sixers. I am your boy BG. I got my boy Sixers fan for life, Jose in the building.
What's up?
Jenny from the block, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Did you miss us? It's been a long
Tell us in the comments.
It's been about a month since y'all seen these ugly faces and Jen on the screen. But we decided to take our month off and we are back. We are back today with our end of season report card show. If you haven't seen our mid-season report card show, please go back on YouTube and watch that. But today we're giving our end of season grades for all 76ers. From Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, Doc Rivers, all the way down to Jayden Springer, everybody in the organization that matters. We're not grading cooks and training staff and assistant coaches.
Just the towel boys. We ain't grading the towel boys.
We're not grading them. So we're gonna get this started off real quick. Well, before we get it started off, Jose, how you been, man? We ain't seen you in a while. What's up?
Man, working hard, man. Staying away from television because I just can't bear to see what's going on in the NBA right now. I don't like it.
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's hard. It's hard to see that team. I ain't gonna say their name on this show. It's hard to see that team where I feel as though our team should be, but it is what it is. Jen, how you feeling?
I'm good. We missed you too, Craig and
Big Daddy. What's going on, my boy?
I can't watch what's happening in basketball land right now because I am not going to support Al Horford in whatever he's doing because he was a complete zero as a Sixer, and I cannot.
I feel y'all, man. It feels good to be back with my family, man. It feels real good to be back with my brother and my sister today. And we just going to get it started, man. We're going to start off from the top. Before we start off, I just want to let you know, I got y'all grades from the mid-season. Y'all grades is all right here. So if you flop crazy, you got to give a hell of an explanation on what changed about your grade. So we will start off with Daryl Morey / Elton Brand for the season. What will their grade be, Jose? But before you go, you gave them a B- in February. The floor is yours, brother.
This was before the big trade, right?
It was after the trade. He hadn't played, but the trade had been made when we had the show.
So from a B-, he goes to a B for me. And simply, and it can't go any higher than that because our playoff run was exactly the way it was prior. So with that being said, the reason why I say it went up a notch only is because regardless of who don't like Harden and how he played for this team for that amount of games, that spot was played as best as it possibly could be played. Period. So he gets the notch. That's all. So he went from B- to a B. And I can't speak on Brand because Brand don't even make headlines. It's been Morey all season. You don't see Brand's name nowhere. So wherever he's at, in the closet, I don't know. Whatever I gave Morey, that's what you're getting to, Brand.
Jen, just as a heads up, you were feeling yourself in February. Well, it was right after the James Harden trade. You gave Daryl Morey and Elton Brand an A-. Basically, you saying it ain't much more they could have did. They could have did a little bit more, but it ain't much. So you was putting them up here.
I was.
What do you have for them?
I want to clarify that I was only putting Morey up there because I still don't know what Elton Brand does. I don't know what he does. Please come tell me, Elton. I can't grade you. I don't know what you do. But I have this to say. So there was a little activity after the Harden trade, and that involved one DJ. That was a terrible acquisition. In
hindsight,
he was just talking about how he
Yeah.
had this great guy that he was going to sign nothing could have been worse than DJ, but so I might have to knock him down to a B plus.
B plus. Damn.
I
Daryl
have
Morey
to
lost
knock
some
him
great.
down
He had a bad second half.
because that whole backup center position was a mess until we'll get into Doc Rivers and who he decided to play
next.
later on.
Hey,
Hey, Harrison, nice to
welcome, my boy Monday. That's one of my boys, man. That's one of my boys. All right, so I wasn't as lean. I wasn't as nice as you guys were the first game. I mean, the first report card show. I gave Daryl Morey / Elton Brand a B. This was even after the James Harden trade. I think that was huge, but it wasn't nothing that made me throw them an A or anything like that. Because I was still grading them kind of on off-season acquisitions, like everything we did up until that point. So I gave him a B, and no long speech needed. I'm sticking with that B range. We signed Willie Cauley-Stein to a 10-day, didn't play him. We signed DJ. We signed DJ.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, trust me, I didn't. We signed DJ, and although Jen says it was a terrible signing, that's in hindsight. At the time, best backup center that we could have got was DJ, and I mean he played minutes, although his knees don't seem right. He kind of traded.
His knees don't seem right. They seem right when he catches an alley-oop.
But that's it. But no, in the first quarter, alley-oop. Everything after the first quarter, DJ was irrelevant. So I'm cool with just keeping Daryl Morey and Elton Brand with an overall B grade for the season.
What's up, Timmy? I appreciate you stopping by real quick and chiming in. Thank you very much.
My boy Timmy, what's good, man?
Nice to see you, Timmy.
All right, so the second grades that will go out today is for everybody's favorite, Mr. Glenn Rivers. Mr. Glenn Rivers. You know what, Jen? I don't want to go first, so I'm just gonna throw it at you. Glenn Rivers was given a B plus, a B plus by you in February. What did Glenn do after February to change his grade or keep the same grade?
What did Glenn do? Well, all right. It's regular season. I don't think he did a doggone thing, really, that helped us. Honestly, he wasn't playing the young players. He wasn't giving them any run. He was... And in the playoffs, he was playing some really crazy rotations. And I know he had to play that a bit because of the injuries, but he could have done better. And he could have played Paul Reed way before he decided to start playing him. I still feel like Doc's a good coach. I know Blakely isn't going to agree with me if you're watching. I still think Doc's a good coach. I know Jose's not going to agree with me. But I'm going to go with that B. Keep him at a B.
So he dropped down a little bit. So Jen, you just said that Jose wouldn't agree with you. Jose, the floor is yours. Jose, you gave Doc Rivers an A minus.
Even though he wanted him to leave.
He gave Doc Rivers an A minus at midseason. What you got to say now, man?
I feel like he gonna stay right where he at. He's not gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why he's staying there because he did try to make some adjustments. He did try to make some adjustments. He started playing Paul Reed finally. You know what I mean? Better late than never. He stopped playing Korkmaz.
Oh, he should get yeah, you're right.
He stopped playing Korkmaz
for that.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to take in consideration that he did try some things. So you're going to stay there. I don't feel like he can't go up because he didn't do anything better. And the reason why he's not going down is because he tried. So he going to stay where he at.
I respect it. I gave Doc Rivers a B plus in February. I think it goes down just a little bit. I'm going to give him like a B. Because he didn't do the things that I wanted him to do. He made occasional adjustments, He got a little less stubborn occasionally, but it wasn't enough for my liking. I mean, although he told us one thing when he said we're not going on the Paul Reed victory tour, that pissed me off. Like, what do you mean? Paul Reed is 1,000 times better than DJ. What do you mean you're not going to go on a Paul Reed victory tour? But he wound up playing Paul Reed, so I mean, he says the wrong things and does the right things occasionally. So I'm gonna just drop him down a little bit. I'm gonna go with a B for Doc. I mean, I gave him a B plus, which I think was pretty good for the way he was coaching. But for us to finish in fourth place with the turmoil we had at the beginning of the season, adding James Harden in the middle of the season, adding a ball dominant guy, somebody who has to have the ball in their hand to be able to control the game. The way he coached, I keep him at a B. I won't say he did anything bad. Y'all cool with my grade?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, so I got to go first on this next person, and it's going to be the shortest thing I could say. I'm sorry. Jaden Springer. So let me explain my grade. So I gave him a C at midseason, and I talked a lot about his stats in the G League. Congratulations, you had a really good G League season, but damn it, that was for the Blue Coats. For the Sixers, Jaden Springer played 2 games. Our first draft pick played 2 games. I gave him a C midseason. I am going to take a page out of Carl's book because Carl gave him an incomplete in midseason. I'm giving him an incomplete. I have nothing to talk about. I don't know. I hope he progresses. I hope he gets better and is better for us next year. But I can't give him anything because I didn't see him at all. I watched a lot of his summer league games, but for the Sixers, I didn't see nothing. Game over. You get an incomplete. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hear that. And I think that same sentiment can go a long way with Mr. Charlie Brown, because Charlie Brown, at this point, I thought I was after Jaden Springer.
You got to give us your Jaden Springer grade first. Because you gave him a D before.
He can keep his D. Because D was the D League, and now it's the G League.
I like the play on words. Yeah, we don't got much to say about you, Jaden Springer. Go ahead, Jose. You can take that one.
I don't know what I gave him, but I ain't see him.
D. You gave him a D.
You gotta stay with that D. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Let's just move on. These first couple gonna be quick, y'all, because some of these players, I mean, we didn't see enough of. Charlie Brown Jr., one of Jen's favorites. Jen liked Charlie Brown Jr. in the beginning of the season, gave him a C+ because of his effort when he was on the court. So go ahead, Jen. What you got for him now?
Well, I mean, after that show, which was in February, dude only played 3 more games. He only played 3 more games.
In his defense, they brought Harden. So
true. I mean,
it's kind of tough to bring him back in. You got somebody like James Harden on your team.
I don't feel like I can change his grade. He can keep his C because he didn't get a chance to improve it or make it any worse because he didn't get to play. So, like, if you're in a class and you're taking tests, you can improve your grade or you can lower your grade. Well, he didn't have that option, so he's sticking with a C.
I like it.
Longcrest kid gets a C.
Jose, you gave him a C mid-season. What you give him today?
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing, man. When he was on the court, I didn't get wowed. Like Maxey does to me when he plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of intensity, that type of ambition. And I don't see that. Like, I understand you don't get enough time. All of that, I get that. So I ain't gonna give you no sympathy grade. So you're gonna keep what you got.
Yeah, same here. I gave him a C- mid-season. I can't up that grade and I can't lower it. I didn't see you at all. You got a pretty good fashion sense. I see you on the sideline. Your gear is up, but basketball wise, I didn't see much. So I'm gonna stick with my C- as well. All right, so we're gonna get to some of these players that actually played. Jose, mid-season, you gave Paul Reed a C+. surprisingly, you gave him a C plus, which was the highest grade that he got, tied with Carl, who said C plus as well. So, did anything change for you with Paul Reed?
Of course, it's gonna change for me, man. Of course, it is. You know why? Because he played like he wanted to be on the floor, and if anybody can't see that from that man, I don't know what y'all was looking at. You know what I mean? I mean, the only goofball stuff that he did all season was get rim blocked on the double clutch dunk. Come on, he was excited. We was just joking on him. He was excited.
That was
he had
right
a break.
That was right before the report card show, by the way.
Yeah,
Right
he
before.
he got rim blocked. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. Who don't get blocked? Period. Though, like the finger wagging was created because of blocks. So, you know what I mean? I understand it wasn't the actual person who did it, but dude, I seen some of the greats try to dunk a ball and the ball end up back where they started the fast break because it hit the back of the rim. So I'm not gonna judge him on that one. That we was just joking when we were saying it in the first half of the season. So I think he improved. I think he showed why he deserves some more tick. I'm gonna give him a solid B.
For B-ball.
I'm gonna give him a B for B-ball Paul. Exactly.
That's right. Actually, they didn't tell me it was Red Shirt Day.
We did not plan this at all. Jose put a camera in my house. So y'all know Jose work on houses.
Come on, sis. He cheated. He was in my closet. I was talking to him. I said, bro, I just got out the shower. He cheated. I ain't trying to hear it. Nope.
I didn't know it was Red Shirt Day.
What you got? What you got for Paul Reed, Jen?
I'm with Jose on the solid B, man. I was really impressed with him as he came along at the end of the season. He managed to really develop some, what's the word I'm looking for? Discipline. You know, he was not a foul machine. If you notice there toward the end of the season and into the playoffs, he was not, getting called and getting 5, 6, whatever fouls or fouling out or anything. So, and his presence was good. He was getting the blocks. He was getting the rebounds. He was hustling. I mean, that kid wanted to be there, and he was hustling his little heart out. So he definitely deserves to be. And I think I gave him like a C- or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh
no, BG's frozen.
BG froze up. Come on, my boy. All right.
Did he already give his?
I don't know, but he's controlling the whole report card thing, so we can't do nothing until he continues.
Well, we can go on to.
That's the Texas Wi-Fi.
That's the Texas Wi-Fi. Yeah, we can go on. Jose, you had Charles Bassey. And
that's who goes next?
You gave him a C.
He didn't do much.
He didn't do jack, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think we've seen him maybe once or twice.
Right. Are you back? Okay. We started going into Charles Bassey while you were going, but you go ahead.
Charles Bassey, right?
Give your Paul Reed.
I didn't give Paul Reed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go quick because I apologize, man. Oh
No
my
worries.
goodness. I gave Paul Reed a C mid-season. I think he improved, so I'm gonna go with a B-. I love his growth. I still believe that he can be a very important person on this team. I don't want him to go anywhere. I would love to see him grow with the Sixers, man. So his growth was noticed, and I love what he did.
Stop it.
Thanks a lot. Ash. Appreciate you. I got 3 kids in here with tablets. They all using up my Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I'm gonna go B-.
Time to upgrade that plan.
We're not gonna go into that. So we're gonna go with Charles Bassey. Charles Bassey. Jose, you got all the jokes, so you take Charles Bassey. You gave him a C. You gave Charles Bassey a C at the mid-season. So what?
Charles who?
Bassey.
Charles who?
He was like, he played for the Blue Coats. He played a lot
He
of
did.
games.
He
for
was
the-
really
for the-
good for the
He
Blue
played a
Coats.
lot
Like,
of games for the
I
Blue
need
Coats.
I need some answers here. How many games did he play?
The
23.
Blue Coats went
But
all the
Sixers,
way to
he played 23.
championship.
How many games did he listen? He got most of his tick in the first half of the season due to COVID protocols. And then, how many games did he play after our report card?
Ooh, that I don't know. I know he played 23 total games.
If
And
you told me
definitely
he
was
played
there.
a handful, you're exaggerating. So he only gave like 2 or 3 more games.
Probably similar to Charlie Brown.
Yeah. I can't discredit the man, but
No,
he gonna stay where he got the first time.
I feel it. I feel it. C- from you, Jen. What are you giving him today?
he good. Sticking with it.
It's so easy to do these guys. Pause. Charles Bassey, I gave you a C. I'm actually going to lower it to a C minus. Because I didn't see nothing else. I gotta lower it. Like if you don't come to class, you probably lose some points on your grade point average. So I'm gonna go C minus just because I didn't see much of them.
But you're gonna have to transfer that to Doc. It's Doc who don't put them in.
Agreed.
Well, he was literally playing with the G League
Oh, yeah, he
that
was
went
hooping for the G League too.
to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Not the conference finals, the finals.
To the finals. Yeah, they went to the finals.
So I'm sure Bassey had a great season.
He had
We
an
just
amazing
don't know
season.
it.
He had games where he had over 20 rebounds. Like he was hooping over there for the Blue Coats, man. I can see him being here too. Hopefully, we don't throw him in no trade packages, and we try to develop players on the Sixers and not just trade them away. All right, so
We can talk about that on another show.
next up, we got another fan favorite, somebody we all love. Jen, I'm gonna let you take it. Isaiah Joe, the sniper that sits on the bench. You gave him a B halfway through the season. What are you giving him today?
I did give him a B halfway through the season, and again, he was a victim of Doc's system of not developing players. So that should really go against Doc. But I mean, I don't want to. All right. Well, I'm going to drop him down to. I'm going to drop him down to a C because you know what? I didn't really get a lot out of him this season. If he had limited minutes to play, then he needed to show all he had during those limited minutes. And I saw some air balls and not a whole lot of hustle. So,
I respect it. Jose.
but I think
go ahead. I'm sorry.
he could come back next season and be, put on a little weight and really like work on that shot this summer. He could come back and really surprise us. So that's what I'm hoping for. I hope they keep him because he is a pure shooter. He just needs to develop and he needs the time on the court with the big boys.
I like it. I gave Isaiah Joe a B plus for the reason. I gave him a B plus midseason for the reason that I felt as though when he was out there, he did what we needed him to do. Man, he made big shots during COVID time. He made a lot of shots. I mean, we played 82 games this season. He played 55. And in those 55 games, the majority of them, they were garbage time, but it wasn't him going out there in garbage time and being garbage. He went out there and was one of the better bright spots when it was garbage. Like when it was when we up big or we losing big, he went out there and played hard. And I see a bright future for him. I would love for him to take Korkmaz minutes next year. I would love to see that. Work on your defense, kid. If you work on your defense, I think you could be a really good player on this team and fall into our rotation. So I gave him a B plus at the mid-season mark, and I'll just drop it down to a B. I'll drop it down to a B. What he does, he's good at. Is just if he don't get time, how can you really say he didn't get better? We can't see it. Jose,
Right.
we was clear across the board with B's on this one. You gave him a B minus though.
I'm agree with you because I was paying attention to a lot of garbage time minutes because I like to see what these young kids can do because I was just so fed up of what Doc was so in love with that he was putting on the floor, and I just wanted certain people not to play, a la Korkmaz, Donut Brothers at some points of the season. So it made me look at the other guys more. And I feel like it's exactly what you said. You were spot on. So I'll up that one time only.
I can respect it, man. I think we all can agree that, man, we'd love to see Isaiah Joe get a little bit more burn. We'd love to see what he can be in a more important role on his team, a bigger role. I think suits this kid. I mean, he's a shooter, man. I personally feel as though if this is a guy that's not on the Sixers, he'll go to a team and be that guy off the bench that's like, yo, we just
It'll be
need
like Struce or whatever the hell
Max.
his name
He
is.
could definitely be a Max Struess type of guy. I really believe that in this kid, man. He's put the work in and it's showing. So I'd like to see more Zay Joe next season. More Zay Joe next season. So
Now
next,
we're gonna get into the guts of the
not
the
quite, not
squad.
quite. We're gonna flip it a little bit. I'm gonna throw two
Oh, we
players
are.
in. I'm gonna throw two players in before we touch on this player that you're expecting. Two players that we added this season. We're gonna be quick with these two. I'll let you go first, Jen.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
No. He didn't play. We touched on him a little bit, pause earlier, but DJ, what grade do you give DJ for his limited role? 16 games played, 1 game started.
DJ, I'm not gonna give him an F because he's not terrible, but I will give him a D. I mean, can you get a rebound? Can you just get a That's all. Just get a rebound, dude. Get it more than one alley-oop or one freaking dunk a game. I mean, come on, you're like 7 feet tall. Ugh. But I think he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So
what did you give him?
I gave him a D.
Okay.
DJ gets D.
Jose?
Ashley, you're too kind with your C minus.
I was about to say, I don't know what you saw to give him a C.
I didn't give him a grade the first half because he didn't play the first half. So I can't. He's not gonna get nothing from me because
Nothing. Come on.
No, like
are you giving him a 0?
Listen.
Is he a 0 to you?
Like, look. This how many alley-oops he caught. Other than that, he ain't scored nothing.
Not a thing.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Absolutely nothing. So he all the way back in the D. He can take he gonna take his initial and run with it.
All right, so I'm gonna be short and sweet. He get a D from me too. DJ, I thought you was gonna be more than what you was. I felt as though the last 2 years we had the two best backup centers. We went from Dwight Howard to Andre Drummond, and then I thought DJ was like right behind that tier of player, and he wasn't. I'm sorry, you get a D. You was
and then you knew what was coming though because you saw that air ball that he threw at the Lakers game before he was sort of shipped over to us. Yeah. You knew what was coming.
He just strong. He just strong. So yeah, he get a D from me too. This one, if y'all thought Jaden Springer was quick, watch this one. Paul Millsap, Jose, go.
You kidding me, right?
Paul Millsap, go.
You gave me Paul Millsap, bro?
Got Paul Millsap.
Bro, this man played like 15 minutes. He played like 15 mints.
Did he start a game? He did start a game. He got one start.
Bro, I take a dump longer than he played.
TMI.
He gets a D.
Paul Millsap played
9 games, and he played 11.8 minutes a game.
8 minutes. 11.8 minutes.
I was close, and I was just guessing. Jesus Christ.
That isn't his fault, though. I mean,
it is his fault. He didn't belong out there. He shouldn't have played 11.8 minutes. He should have played 0.8 minutes.
He was like a toss-in, though, with that.
He should have been our Haslam. He should have been our Haslam. Just be out there to hype up the kids.
I remember hearing Doc talking about how Millsap was in the locker room crying because his basketball career that was the last game he was gonna play. So I feel kind of bad about it. Sorry, Paul Millsap, but you get the F. I can't even do the F. You get the F.
Paul Millsap, you were a waste of a roster spot, in my opinion, so I have to give you an F. So I kind of want to go back to Morey and Brand and say, right after he was included in the trade, we should have just cut his ass. So I should have put this on them too, but it's on you. You get an F. You at the end of your career, great career. I respect you, but you wasted a roster spot for us. You get an F. Let's go on to the players that matter. All right, so this guy, I'm really interested to see the grades for this guy. Because Lord knows Matisse Thybulle, I gave you a C at the halfway point. I gave you a C at the midpoint. And I'm not going to go into a long story, by the way. And as bad as I want to give you an F.
Where my lick at?
You did still wind up making second team all defense. So I only can drop you slightly to a C minus. Matisse Thybulle, you have to develop some type of offense. Matisse Thybulle, you have to develop some type of offense. This is getting ridiculous. We can't even hang our hat on the fact that you're a defensive threat when people still get off on you. You became the fouling guy for us at one point. You became the guy that had 5 fouls in the third quarter. We can't do that. You got to add something offensively. You had too many open shots. You missed too many open shots. You only dropping down to a C minus only because you made second team all defense. Had you not made that, I might have dropped you down to a D. That's all I got for him. Jen, at the midway point, you gave him a C minus. Where you at with him now?
Well, let me tell you something. He may well have made second team all defense over Joel Embiid inexplicably because people don't actually watch the games. I mean, his defense was subpar this season. I saw one game when I saw like a flash of, all defense Matisse. One game. And he had zero development on his offensive game. He was like getting there for an alley-oop a couple times. He couldn't do it consistently. It didn't make any sense to me. So I was all for trade. I'm all for getting him out of here. Trade him. Put him in a package. People still like him. People still think he's wonderful. Get something good for him. But in my mind, he's D. He's D. He's a D minus.
D minus. He lost a whole grade.
I want to give him an F minus, but I'm not gonna.
Jen, I promise I wanted to, and the only reason I didn't is because he made second team all defense.
That's because nobody watches freaking games. That's why he made it. They were just like, oh yeah, Matisse Thybulle. He was second team last year. Let's just do that again. What are those sound effects, sir?
I'm a little mad. I ain't got no liquor. I need a drink for this grade.
There's some 1738 in here.
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Listen, Mr. Thybulle, just because you stop Steph Curry from breaking the record here in Philadelphia,
I forgot about that.
I ain't gonna praise you. You were brought to this Philadelphia 76ers team to be a 3-and-D guy. You do the D thing, but you don't do the 3 thing.
At all.
What did I give him?
So mid-season, you were very off the Matisse train. You gave him a D then. You gave him a D when we was in third place in the East.
Yeah, he get no contest grade from me, so yeah. You don't prove. I mean, F, give him an F.
Damn it.
Because
I was trying.
Dude, you had the cheat sheet from everything that Ben Simmons was criticized on. Why weren't you working in the gym trying to fix that part of your own game? Is beyond me. I'm just saying.
I don't think he really loves basketball. I think he loves photography. That's his like great love. He plays basketball because he's good at it, but I don't think he loves it. And
Jose, you know what's crazy, Jose?
Wasted height.
You wasn't even the worst grade. Carl gave him a F plus. I've never even seen an F plus.
Carl is not happy with Matisse, but yeah, he does let him pass and block from behind, or do you try to deflect it, during a pass or get a hand on it. He's not a one-on-one defender.
And that's the thing. People give him so much praise for being like a lockdown defender. He's not really lockdown. He's just good at defensive things. Like, again, a guy can get past you, think I got a wide open shot. Nope. Guess what? Matisse gonna block him from behind. But just locking a guy up, he don't really do that, y'all. We being fooled. Yeah. But it is what it is. I think we can all agree that Matisse gotta add something to his game for next year.
Okay,
Listen, his defense was crazy first half of the season. If you ask me, it was on another level in the first half. Second half started declining, and the moment he didn't want to go to Toronto, it was just, bro. He free falled. Boom, that was it. Like gone.
Yeah. This one is near and dear to my heart. This next guy that we're going with. It's so near and dear to my heart. I gotta go last. One of my guys, man. Jose, you go first, man. Danny Green, you gave him a C minus. You gave him a C minus at the midway point. What you got for me now, man? Shout out to Knees.
He listen. Beginning of the season. Halfway the season, he was the lead clown out of the Donut Brothers. All right. I have to kind of raise his grade up a little bit though. He gave us some light there towards the end. And it sucks that he went down the way he did. Because he was doing big things prior. Yeah. What'd I give him?
You gave him a C minus.
That sucks, man. I'll give him a C plus.
I also gave him a C minus, but I saw a different Danny later in the season. I saw playoff Danny. I saw that guy who was no longer a Donut Brother and is never allowed to be called a Donut Brother again.
Right.
Because he was really hitting those shots, and he was a good defender. I'm sorry, but it's those little things on the floor that he does that are missed when he's not there. So I'm gonna go up and give him B minus.
I like it, man. Before we jump into me, pause. Carl gave him an F mid-season. He jumped it up to a D. That's blasphemous. But I was very critical of Danny Green early on. As you all remember, I was willing to change my last name to have no affiliation with this guy.
You wouldn't claim him, but all of a sudden
I wouldn't claim him. I put him in the garage. I told him he couldn't stay in the house no more. There was many times that I changed my name to Danny Green's Knees. There was many times that I was ashamed that he was a Tar Heel. It was many times that I was very crucial to Danny Green. But the one thing I will say about Danny Green is when James Harden got there was a different Danny Green. I will say another thing about Danny Green. When the playoff time hit, he showed up. I will say another thing about Danny Green. I didn't even know your ass could still dunk.
Oh, the dunk! I posted that as my profile
for the record. I sat here and watched BG claim him on his W2 forms. I saw it. I saw it live.
Danny Green, welcome back to the Green family. You are forever and will forever be my brother. I gave you a D minus mid-season. You showed up when it mattered. I know we don't like when guys just holding in the tank till the playoffs or holding the tank to the end of the season. We like to see sustained greatness. He wasn't that all season. He deserved a D minus in February. Today, I'm upping that all the way up to a B minus, the biggest jump that I've given so far. I'm upping him all the way up to a B minus. When you take the switch that he had from the first half of the season till the end of the season, it was complete night and day. Yes, do y'all remember that we took him off the Donut Brother list?
I just said he always and forever off the Donut Brother list. Yes.
We said we would never put him back because of the way he played. So that just shows me a guy that didn't show up to class early on in the semester, didn't realize, oh snap, they about to kick me off the basketball team. I got to start going to class. I'm about to lose my basketball scholarship. I'll show y'all a little bit, just enough to pass. And he passed for me, man. He passes this year for me. I hated to see him go down like that, man. This is 2 playoff runs in a row that he's gone down. This one might be the most serious. It hurted to see him go down, but you go all the way up to a B minus for me, Danny Green. I appreciate the veteran leadership that he brought late on in the season. I can't deny that portion. All right, I'm off my soapbox. So next we going with, oh Lord, I'm scared. I'm scared to give this to Jen because Jen this is a personal issue she has with this guy. I really think that it was one time like in Walmart or Target, and this guy must have like ran over her foot with his cart, or maybe he jumped in front of her in line. I don't know what he did to her, but I'm gonna let you go first, Jen. You gave Furkan Korkmaz a D at the mid-season point, and I got a weird feeling that his grade did not get better. So go ahead, go right ahead, ma'am.
Korkmaz. What he did do to me was he made it impossible to be a fan of his because he would like one night get 6 threes and then nothing for several games in a row. And then he'd surprise us with another good shooting night and then nothing. And I mean, I told you this before, I don't like to watch him bring the ball up the court. I can't stand it. It gives me hives, the way he dribbles. Defensively, he's not good. He's just not good. I mean, he needs to stick in his lane. He needs to stay in his lane because it's very sloppy once he gets in that painted area. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Korkmaz. I want you to go. I don't see the allure. I don't think you're getting any better. I think you're getting worse. So I'm giving you an F. You couldn't even be played in the playoffs because you were like a liability. I feel better.
Korkmaz for me, I gave him a C minus mid-season. I gave him a C minus because we had days of great Korkmaz. We had days of great Korkmaz early in the season. I want to say our first week, Jen, we named the show after Kork. I changed my name on the show to pop that Kork. Everything was Korkmaz that the beginning of the season, and it just went downhill from then. If you're going to be, this is the same as Matisse Thybulle, in my opinion. We brought you here to be a 3 and D guy. Well, Korkmaz, we brought you here to just do one of those things. Just be a 3 guy. And you weren't that. You dropped down to a D for me. He gets a D for me. Jose, what you think, man?
Get your ass out of here. Do not pass gold. Do not collect $200. See ya.
Please
you
get
gave him a D the first time.
I don't even want to give him a grade.
Damn, incomplete. Sorry, Mr. Korkmaz. So
no, he doesn't get a grade. He gets expelled.
Damn, you kicked him out of class? Not out of class, out of school? He don't get in-school detention or nothing?
Nothing. Go
Damn.
back and play in the Turkish league.
So this next player, although I said Danny Green had the highest jump, I'm worried about this next player, guys. I'm worried about what you guys are going to say about this next player. I'll take him first.
Bang!
I'll take him first to give y'all a chance to think over what y'all want to give him. But Georges Niang, the way you played in that first half, I thought you could have been one of the 6 man of the year contenders. I gave you an A minus.
Oof.
I don't know what was in my drink that day, but I was feeling you, George. I gave you an A minus, and overtime, you just slowly digressed. You didn't you didn't get any better, and you didn't stay the same. It was bad at times. It was times where you would see 0 for 7 from 3, 0 for 9 from 3, and it was bad. And we needed your punch off the bench late, and we lost that energy that you gave us. So my A minus goes all the way down to probably a C minus, because when it mattered most, when knees get weak, palms get sweaty, you was a no show. So yeah, Niang, I drop you all the way down to a C minus, man. Jen,
Here's what happened to Bang Bang Niang. He played, okay? He's a bench guy. And when COVID hit and people were getting sick and stuff, he played a ton of minutes and he played really well for his role. But I think he burnt out. I really do. I think he burnt out, about halfway through the season and he just never could get it back. So I gave him a B. He's a C. He's a minivan. He's a solid C. They don't call him the minivan for nothing. I mean, minivan's like, it's middle of the road. It's a minivan.
It'll get you where you need to go, but
it's going to be slow about it, and it's going to take up a lot of gas.
Jose, what you got for Bang Bang?
What I give him?
You gave him a B plus early on. When you hit somebody with the
He's definitely going to be the biggest decline out of my grades.
I had a feeling.
I definitely was on the minivan. I was inside the minivan. I was in there. I was riding shotgun. So disappointed. So disappointed. So I let Jen catch up on the over and unders because I kept rooting for this dude.
This man said you ain't letting nothing. Shut up.
I kept rooting for this dude. She saw what was really going on, and I was still blinded by the lights. Don't copyright me, please. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the biggest decline. D minus.
Damn.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, that's why when I let off with him, I knew I had a feeling. I know how we all feel about the Sixers. I know that we watched every game. We paid attention to the way things played out throughout the season. So when I got to that name, I was like, yo, this is about to be a bad decline for a grade, man. He stopped showing up to class. He stopped showing up. For a guy that wasn't in class very often early on because of Andre Drummond's knee. Shake Milton. Jen, you got him first. You gave him a B minus. You gave him a B minus at the halfway mark.
I gave him the highest grade out of any of you.
You did?
But guess what? He never really showed me what he was capable of. I kept giving him the benefit of the doubt. He did.
You don't remember? You don't remember game 82 when he went bananas when nobody played?
Yeah, one game though. I can't.
One time.
I can't. One game.
He showed up for the final. He showed up to take the last test.
You know what's sad about Shake for me is that he has so much potential, and we've seen it, and we've seen it over long stretches, and then get injured and it takes him a while to get back. But and I still believe that he can be a good player, but I don't think he's ever going to be great. But he's definitely not a B player on the Sixers. He's like a C plus. I like you, Shake, but you shook.
C plus? C plus? C plus. Jose, you gave him a C plus mid-season. What changed?
Absolutely nothing. Jen makes a solid point. That's all he is. He's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Because he's gotten minutes. Call him out. How many minutes has he played?
This season, he played 55 games, started 6, and played 21 minutes in those 55 games.
Yeah. Nah, bro.
Stays exactly the same. C plus.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I gave him a C plus. I'm gonna drop it down to a C minus. Shake Milton's ceiling is Lou Williams. Shake Williams.
We were talking 6th man of the year. Maybe not this year, last year.
His ceiling is Lou Williams. His basement is Nick Young. And he shows a lot more of his basement than his ceiling. So it drops a little bit, man. I got to see Shake be able to do. I don't know what his role is. It's like, what are you a 2 guard? Are you a 2 guard? Are you a point guard? Are you a small forward? Like, I don't know what you are. It's so weird watching you. I don't know what I'm getting out of you. Some days you're aggressive, some days you're not. It's just up and down. He's such a roller coaster. And I just don't know what he is. I don't know. I felt like I had more of an identity what Shake Milton was in past seasons, but this year I just lost anything I can see. Like, oh, Shake Milton is our XYZ. No, I don't know what he is to us. So yeah, he drops down to a C minus to me. I'm sorry. All right, so now we down to the meat and potatoes. We down to the main 4. I've been on record saying I thought we had the best starting 4 in the NBA. I've been on the record saying that a lot this season. The kid, man. The kid. I got it. Let me go first with the kid. The kid quickly became a man. The kid was forced into a role that he did not know he was going to get. Obviously, being in the NBA, you practice to become a starter, but he didn't know he was going to be there. He was drafted by a team that had a 6'10" point guard that everybody thought was going to transcend the position and be here for years to come. Quickly, a wrench was thrown into that, and that didn't happen. That guy decided not to play. That guy forced his way out of the city, and this kid stepped into the starting point guard role, which then turned into the 2 guard role once we got a certain player we'll talk about in a minute. But Tyrese Maxey, I gave you an A mid-season, and then when I look at your stats and see you play 75 games, you average 18 points. After last year, you averaged 8 points. My knock on you early in the season was you didn't average a lot of assists, but it's okay. You're a scorer. You averaged 4.3 assists. But the jump he made, the promise he made to Philadelphia, saying that I'm going to be 1% better every day, I feel like he upheld that promise. And if I'm grading you simply off of that promise alone, just off, like, who cares about everything? Simply off that promise alone, you definitely exceeded my expectations. And you get the highest grade that I'm pretty sure I've given out so far. Yes, definitely the highest grade I've given out so far. A+ for Tyrese Maxey. A+. The sky's the limit for this kid. He is going to get better and better and better and better. I never would imagine that you would shoot 40% from 3. Tyrese Maxey was our best 3-point shooter, y'all. Tyrese Maxey was the guy when the big fella was out, when Tobias was a little shaky, who took this team and said, all right, I'll be the leader. Oh, I'm old enough to get a beer? No, I don't want to drink yet. Because he did turn 21 to see. This is a 21-year-old kid. And to be thrusted into that role and just take it and run with it, man, hats off to you. And you get an A+ from me. Is no way I can lower your grade. I gave you an A mid-season. There's no way I can lower your grade. And I think you did enough when it mattered to up your grade. So A+, man. Can't wait to see you next season. Amazing season. Jose, what you got? You gave him an A as well.
Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey.
I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't raise his grade, because I've been preaching how he made a promise to us, like you said, upheld his end of the bargain. But in certain games against big teams, you disappeared. When Embiid came back from COVID protocol, you were too submissive for me. You did not want to take control like you did when he was not on the floor. And even though you kept your promise and you showed so much improvement, you don't keep your grade, Pop. You don't keep your grade.
Keep great, Pop.
Keep that. Hey, guess what? You still got the highest grade so far. So Tyrese Maxey, don't look at that as a failure. Look at that as a challenge to get the A+. That's what I look at it as.
Yeah.
So, Jen, you gave him an A as well. Where you at with today with Tyrese Maxey?
At the end of the season, Tyrese Maxey said 3 letters. NGE. And that was going to be his motivation all summer because it was not good enough. Now, we saw what an amazing leap he made. And we know he is the future of this franchise. And I can't wait to see him come back next year. Oh, my God, it's going to be amazing. I'm keeping him at his A because he, just like Jose said, there were definitely games where I was calling him out like, Maxey, where are you? We need you, you know? And he was just kind of like, not being aggressive. And he would even say it, you know, I wasn't being aggressive. He knew it.
Against the Brooklyn game that we got slaughtered, he disappeared. I was so mad. So mad.
So we need our biggest players like that to come up big in the big games. And so that's the only reason why I'm keeping his grade the same.
And you know what I love about what you just said? We need our biggest players. This kid's 21, and we already looking at you as one of our biggest players. Man.
Absolutely.
We already see it in you. We already see it in you. Get better. You said you're not good enough. Show us that you want it. Seeing him cry, seeing him sad on the bench after we lost, that was the one silver lining I took out of that game. Was like, look at him. He's mad. He's mad. He is angry. He's gonna take a couple weeks off and he's gonna get right back in the lab. And he already is. So the sky's the limit for that kid, man. Seriously. Everybody I talk to outside of Sixers fans is like, yo, y'all got Maxey might be your future. No, not might be. Maxey's our future.
Going.
He's our future. not might be. Maxey's our future, man.
Yeah, like people don't feel to realize, yo, Embiid been here a minute already.
Yeah.
He been here a minute already.
Yeah, like Embiid's are now. But our future, he's 21, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's why he is off limits in any trade talks. I don't care. He is off limits.
Facts. No matter the player. In my opinion, no matter the player. I don't care who it is. If it's Dame, if it's Bradley Beal, I don't care who it is.
What if it's Luka?
Why would you do that to me? So next, we're going to see. That was not cool. That was not cool, yo. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, so you just going to not answer that?
Hey, so we're going to go to Tobias Harris is our next person receiving his grades. Tobias Harris, one of Carl's favorites. Let's not forget, Carl had to eat crow this season and say, I'm sorry, you did it. He never bought the jersey, but he did apologize live. So Tobias Harris, I'll give it to you, Jose. What you got for Tobias? I'll give you everybody's grade. Me, you, and Jen gave him a B mid-season. Carl gave him a B+.
I can't crucify this man because he didn't play like I really wanted him to in the Miami series. It's because what I wanted, but I can't say he didn't give his all neither. Because through the playoffs, he was, to me, the only one who really was super trying to keep the team alive. The only one who showed that they really cared, to be honest with you, because we'll talk about Embiid later, but for the rest of the guys below Tobias Harris, it's like little to no effort. And he was the only bright and shining star for us. With the reputation, I was telling everybody, be patient. This man's going to come. I was telling people, I was like, warning people, and he was the most consistent player in the playoffs. I ain't mad at him because we jumped higher in the playoff standings as the season progressed. We were tied with 2 other teams for that second spot.
Yes.
And Tobias Harris definitely came through. It's funny because Jimmy Butler was like, Tobias over me? And he's eating crow as we speak.
Yeah, Jimmy only won 2 more games after that.
Yeah, you know, that's what you get for tooting your own horn, Pop. Just saying. You know, Jimmy Butler's lucky and B was hurt. Period. I don't want to make excuses. Another player has a hamstring problem. I don't care what anybody says. He already put the whole league on notice. I don't know if you're watching or listening or reading, but he's put the whole league on notice.
Well, we can talk about him in a little bit, and you can tell me more about what you mean.
Yeah, so. Oh, Tobias Harris. You can go up one. Yeah, you're going to go up one time for me.
B plus.
Yeah.
Okay. Jen.
We always call Tobias Harris Mr. Consistency. He went through a little rut during the season. I guess when he was getting used to Harden and acclimating to that whole situation.
Sorry, real quick. I just want to address this comment. James Lewis, that contract situation is the reason why he doesn't become an A for me. Because for that money, you have to play above expectations. You understand what I'm saying? Way above expectations for that kind of cheese. And yeah, that's why he only went. I gave him a B, and then I raised him up to a B plus. That's as good as it gets. Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't really take his contract into consideration because, look, somebody's going to give me $180 million. I'm not going to say no.
No, of course not. Of course not.
I mean, he was the player he was when they gave him that money. So what did they expect? That he was just going to you get what you pay for. So you get a guy who was steady and a good role player, and that's who you get. That's who, he's not going to change. I'm sticking with my grade. I think he didn't do enough in the playoffs to get us to the next stage, so I'm not going to give him an upgrade.
I gave him a B, and I'm actually going to give him an upgrade, Jen. I feel as though we gave him. If I give him a B early on before James Harden, and then we get again a guy who changes the offense completely. And Tobias didn't have, I want to say, any bad games after Harden. It was more of feeling out games. It was games where he would have 12, but he would have like 9 rebounds. It was games
and he did
where,
get better defensively.
He had a lot of good games when Harden got here.
And that's what. So Jose, the reason he goes up for me is because this B that I gave him was pre-Harden. So I'm grading him off what he was post-Harden, and I think about the things he did post-Harden, rebounding-wise, defensive-wise, finding his niche in the offense, and figuring out who am I now that we have James Harden. Am I the 4th best player? I might be the 4th best player, so I got to do other things. And he was ultra consistent with that. He knew what once he figured out what his role was, that role was consistent, and that's why he gets a B plus now from me. Because if I gave him a B before we had a second star, and then your stats were pretty much the same, and then you up some of the other stats, like his rebounding went up ridiculous. Like it was games where you have 11 rebounds. It was games where he had 9 rebounds. Like
That
he
man
didn't-
flirted with a triple
he
doubles a
wasn't
lot second half of the season.
Often he didn't do that before James, and it made me say,
Nah.
damn, the person we was super critical over all season, Tobias Harris, damn, he might have been the most consistent.
Yo,
outside
you
of
know,
Embiid.
the first half of the season, he had a lot of single digit games. A
a
lot.
lot.
Mhm.
And
A
that's
lot.
why, and that's why I just said that, Jose. Post James, I can't think of a bad game. I could think of subpar games. I can think of some, damn, I wish you could have been a little bit more active in the first half games, more active in the second half game. But I can't think of a bad game he had. Also, he played the second most games of the season, 73 games, so he was healthy, getting cupping almost every third day. He was getting the cupping, the acupuncture. So obviously he was injured and still played 73 games. Tobias Harris, man, hats off to you, man. I know everybody in Philadelphia doesn't like your contract in terms of your contribution, but you know what? Again, the same way Jen said, you offer me that much money, but I'm saying no. I'm taking it, and I'm just going to go out there and play basketball. He showed the opposite of what that other guy did. He got criticized bad. Not just criticized in the media. In the stadium, he actually got into a tiff with fans. Had terrible games, made some shots and said, no, don't cheer for me now. And easily you could take that situation and be like, I'm gonna curl up in this ball and it is whatever now. I'm just gonna collect my check. I don't feel like he just collected a check after that. I feel like he said, damn, I'm mad they was down on me, but I'm gonna get them back on my side. That's what we want. Recognize that we're booing you for a reason and do something about it. Not say, I'm gonna play Fortnite and I want to get paid. My back hurts. My back hurts. I need an epidural. The doctor said I need a backiotomy. Suckers. He took it like he took the criticism like a man and he changed. He got better. You get a B+ from me, Tobias. I'm sorry for going so long, y'all, but I can appreciate a guy who takes criticism and becomes better. Become better. So I love that about Tobias, man. So B+ for him. And now we get to the two guys that we've been waiting for. The two leading scorers on the Philadelphia 76ers. The people we said was going to be the next Shaq and Kobe didn't quite end like that. But we will start off with one James Harden. Just as a heads up, we did not grade James Harden mid-season because he got here. He got traded the day before our show, our mid-season report card show. He got traded to us. Just as a heads up, he played 21 games. He started 21 games, 37 minutes, 21 points, 7.1 rebounds, 10.5 assists, 1.2 steals, but 3.4 turnovers. Not great. But that was James Harden's stats. We're only grading him on those 21 games, not his overall average, his average for the Sixers. Who wants to go first? I'm not even going to throw it. I want one of y'all to step up and take up for the
I'm
guy
going
that's
first.
gonna be-
I'm going first.
All right.
All right. Number one, it's going to be some Toby comparisons here too. All right. My last question to both of y'all. James Harden, top 50 player right now?
And then top 50 active players?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Tobias Harris, top 50 player?
I would need some time to think about it, but I would say
What?
Yes. I will say yes.
I can easily,
That's a big number.
easily
That's a big
scream
number. a big
50
number.
players better than Tobias Harris in the league right now.
I don't know, man.
Easily.
Can you name?
Oh, that damn Texas Wi-Fi again.
Oh my goodness.
It was just getting good too.
Oh boy.
Anyway, go ahead with Mr. Harden.
Yeah. So
You're back. You're back.
I can
Texas
listen.
Wi-Fi.
I can easily name straight up, nonstop, without taking too long, 50 better players than Tobias Harris. And I'm not trying to discredit what he did for this team, but if I'm calling 50 players that are better than him, I gotta be truthful, and there is. So with that being said, with the addition of James Harden, I don't feel like Tobias Harris belongs here anymore. So that's the topic for another day. Let's go grade James Harden. Was he the Houston James Harden? No. Did he fill that spot the way we needed it to because it was voided all season? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A lot of people trash talked him. And I don't know if he was looking at those numbers, man. People were talking out their buttholes, for real. Because if this man had a beat up hamstring, flirted with many triple doubles, like no punk triple doubles. I remember people praising 12, 10, and 10 on a constant basis, like it was something to brag about. Ben Simmons has just got his 154th 10, 10, and 10 game. Remember those brags? Remember those brags?
Yes.
Remember those brags? Oh my God. He's climbing up the ladder like Magic Johnson, 10, 10, and 10. Man, what? Oh, look at those Harden numbers. I seen a lot of 25, 9s, and 8s. A lot of those. Stuff like that. 23, 10, 7. Go look at those numbers.
My favorites was the 19, 13, and 7s. Those was my favorites. When he had 13 assists, those was my favorites.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's what a beat up hamstring. Have you, and I'm looking at you, have you ever had a hamstring problem? Do you know what that feels like?
Hurts, but I haven't actually like strained it. Just
Do you know what that feels like? Because going back and forth for 48 minutes, that's no joke with a hamstring problem. Not to make excuses. But he's mad. And he put the league on notice. Go back, go look at social media. Go look at the social media.
Tell me about this. I haven't been watching.
Well, it has been quoted that he said, "Y'all gonna see a different side of me." All right, he going back. He going retro. He going red and white retro. If you know what that means.
Houston.
So before y'all criticize that man and say all this craziness, give him this offseason to heal, and let's see what he does. And you could criticize him.
I'm not gonna let you off the hook, Jose.
Don't got to.
I'm not letting you off the hook.
Don't got to.
Sorry. Before you give your grade, I'm not letting you off the hook. Jose, you are talking about what we think can happen. I'm asking you to grade him on 21 games this season. You're not going to talk about what he's
okay.
Us.
I'm not going to give him
talk about what he promises us.
He ain't getting
tell me
right.
what he
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. If you let me talk, I'll say it. So,
I love you, brother.
Listen, you definitely not going to get an A+. So, you can scratch that. I ain't on the Harden bandwagon that bad. All right? But from what I saw, he gets a B+.
I can respect that.
He gets a B+. He put the numbers that were voided, that we needed, that were missing from this team, from a position that was not there. He filled the stat sheet as far as that was concerned. So I feel like, to be honest, he did his job. Did he play as everybody wanted him to because everybody is in love with the old Harden, with the Mohawk Harden? No, he didn't play like that. But he played a lot better than what we was getting before. More consistent than what we was getting before. Because those numbers, I remember when somebody was getting no points all game, got a game-winning tip-in, and everybody went bananas.
I was at that game.
And everybody went bananas.
I was at
no
that game.
points all game. You get a tip-in winner, game winner.
I was at
and everybody fucking went bananas. Are you serious?
I remember that.
Miss me with that.
I was in the crowd talking crazy to them Spurs fans.
Miss me with that.
Greg Daddy!
My brother, man. What's up, Greg? What's popping, homie? So,
So
what
I'm
was
gonna give him
yours
a B
again?
plus. B plus.
Okay. Okay.
B plus for Harden.
Jen, you want it first, or you want me to go?
You go ahead.
James Harden averaged 21 points. What we traded away averaged 21 points. But the things that he brought to this team were different than the 21 we were getting from Seth Curry and Andre Drummond. Notice I'm not bringing up that other dude because, in the words of my brother Greg Big Daddy Boy, he was a mop. He wasn't going to ever play for us. People that are still hung up on that, I don't understand why you're still hung up on it. I don't get why you still talk about him. He's not a Sixer. I don't care. I don't give a shit, excuse my language, about that guy anymore. I care about who's here. And what I saw from James Harden this season was, I admit, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't. I really thought this was going to be a Batman and Robin legit. And it wasn't. But what he did bring was playmaking. What he did bring was a mentor for Tyrese Maxey. What he did bring was a guy that can be in Maxey's ear and tell him to be aggressive at all times. What he also brought was a guy that can stop defenses from sagging into the paint the whole game because he's there. Was his overall output numbers-wise what I expected? No. But what he brought to this team is something that we haven't had in the last 5 years. And that was a guy that can demand a defense. 21, 7, and almost 11 is no shabby number. None of those are shabby numbers. But when we needed you to have big games, you didn't. And that's the only thing stopping me from giving you a really high grade. I'm going B minus simply because when we needed you to be outrageously good, you weren't. But you did fill a void that we were missing for some time now. And I cannot wait. I know I knocked you for this earlier, Jose, but I cannot wait to see a healthy James Harden, in shape James Harden, a motivated James Harden on the Sixers team next to the MVP, Joel Embiid. B minus for me, and I can see you easily getting an A for me next year.
Well, let's hope. I mean,
fingers crossed, and you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of people simping. I can smell it.
Well, you know what? For me, James Harden didn't really live up to the hype I had in my head, but that's no fault of his. That's just me thinking he was going to be Houston James Harden, because I didn't really watch him when he was Brooklyn James Harden. But I don't think he could have lost all that, right? I mean, there's no way. He's not declining that much. It's 32 years old. And isn't Steph Curry 32 years old? I mean, it's got to be injury related. I think they're just downplaying it. I think his free throws alone guarantee him at least a B. I mean, he is the most dependable free throw shooter I've ever. And his passing, my God, his passing is immaculate.
Hamstrings don't heal overnight. People don't get it. Hamstrings don't heal overnight.
And you can tell that it's like in his shot, but like it's not getting the lift. So yeah, I'm going with a B for James. I can see, sky's the limit for him for sure. But based on these 21 games, this is a B. I mean, if we're going to go up against like the guy who didn't give us jack shit, obviously he would get an A, but I'm not trying to do that.
Berg, what's up, Pop?
Berg, how you doing, buddy?
Oh,
was that all three of us for James?
Yep.
I'm sorry, God, no, I fell asleep for a second, man. This is the moment we've been waiting for, y'all. I'm gonna just go out there right now and tell y'all everybody gave him an A+. Actually, I rewatched the show just to get some good notes. Jen, I don't even know if there was a number I can say, but I'm gonna just pick a random number. Jen said A+ and then said plus about 32 times. Carl said A+. He wished that we had another hour left on the show so we can keep saying plus. I said A plus 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 plus. Jose echoed that with an A plus with about 16 pluses on the end. So I don't know what we're gonna talk about this guy, but hey, our MVP, Joel Embiid, what is his final grade for the season? Jen, I know this is your guy. I see him in your background. Let me see him real quick. Yeah, that's
No, we're gonna
Jojo
say the
right?
best for last. I'm cutting it in. We're gonna say the
Oh,
best for last. That's
He's
her guy.
He's still in your glory, Jen. He's still in your glory.
Yeah, we're gonna
Still-
say the best for last. I'm not gonna take long. Be quick. Because we know Jen loves Embiid. Unfortunate events. It is what it is. I hate it because it all sounds like excuses. His grade does not change for me. Best season of his career was he kind of looks fatigued in the playoffs, but he was like a well-oiled machine all season long. Before COVID, after COVID, period. A plus. That's all. That's all I gotta say. He got snubbed. Like that MVP got an asterisk next to it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Agree.
Oh yeah, you said Jen going last. There's nothing to say about the MVP, man. This guy is his most healthy season. The fact that he went out there and played more minutes than usual. He was out there often, 68 games, 34 minutes a game, got the scoring title, 12 rebounds a game. I was out here saying he was the best player in the NBA, and I still believe that. I don't care what nobody say. Man, I'm so sad he didn't get the MVP, but I'm more sad about something else. I'm more sad that he was injured at a bad time because he shouldn't have been in the fucking game, Doc Rivers. He was injured at a bad time, and it really hurt us come playoff time. It really hurt us in that Miami series. And I would love for this dude. I can't even call him a dude because I'm older than him. I'm gonna call him a kid. I know this kid just wants to be on that final stage, man. Unlike Jose and Jen, I do hate Boston, but I can't not watch the finals. This is the last basketball we're gonna see for a while, and it does pain me to see guys that I know aren't better than Joel Embiid in the finals, man. It pains me. He deserves to have a finals trip at least a trip. I'm not asking for him to win it. I would love for him to win it. Please, God, let the Sixers win it in my lifetime. Last time we won was 1983, the year I was born. But I just want this guy to really get a taste of the finals, man. He's too damn good to not taste the finals. A little bit of bad luck, a little bit of Siakam elbow to the face, a little bit of ligament damage in his hand. Stop that from happening. But you know what, Joel Embiid, you showed me this year that you want this. You showed me that Charles Barkley, Shaq, and other Hall of Famers' words mean something to you, and you took it personal. You said to yourself, damn, they don't think I'm one of them guys. I got to show them I'm one of them guys. I thought I was doing enough. But I'm not. So I had to do more. He went out there and gave us more and more and more and more. And he came back this year his healthiest. He came back this year in the best shape that he's been in. Not saying he was in the best shape ever. He's not in his peak shape. But what he gave us this year showed that he's a Philadelphia 76er. He bleeds this Philly love that we have. He loves us as much. He wants a parade on Broad Street as much as us. And with that being said, man, I wish I could give him a higher grade than the A+, but your grade stays the same, but with the higher GPA. I gave you was a 4.0 before, but you got a 4.2 now because you left it all out there, man. And just when they said the Sixers is done and B's not coming back, he said, yo, give me one of them masks and let me go out there and fight with my team. He went out there hurt. Remember the person we love, Jose? AI. What we love AI for? He left it out there every night. Remember when we was a little bit younger, 2001, they used to put the body canvas AI up, and it had all the little lines next to him of every body part that was hurt.
Looked like a diagram out of my science book.
That's what I'm saying. We couldn't believe he played. This man played with his second face fracture. and a torn ligament in his hand and gave it all he had, man. It would be disrespectful. to
AI
give him
looking like
anything
the
less than
character
A+.
from the Operation game. Seriously.
That's great. That's
They need to
again-
redo that game and put Allen Iverson on that.
You will forever be my MVP, Joel Embiid. The 21-22 NBA MVP will forever go to my boy, Joel. I don't care what the trophy says. I don't care if he don't have the hardware. Man, that was the best player in the league this year. I'm glad that I got to witness that this year. Jen, I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry I took some of your thunder, but I love that
No,
dude,
you
man.
did not.
I love that
Wifey,
dude.
wifey chewing you a new one right now, dog.
What a soliloquy, BG. Just kidding.
All right,
bet
so
you-
let's get.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let's get talking about at the midseason when we gave his grades before. Let's think about what Joel's accomplishments were at that time. So he was already the leading scorer at that time. He was the lead candidate for MVP at that time. He had, that 50-point and 27-minute game, 28 double-doubles, the first 40-point triple-double for a Sixer since Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, he did all these things, and he didn't drop off. I don't care what anyone in the media seems to think. He did not drop off. The man had a torn ligament in his thumb. He had a cracked orbital. He's still out on the court, and he's still the highest scorer on the team. It's ridiculous to me. He was robbed of his MVP. They hate the process. They hate the Sixers, and they hate Joel. And I know he feels that way because he's come out and said it, and it's sad. Our dude was amazing. If you even ask players like Jason Tatum, who was the MVP, he's going to say Joel Embiid, because people who don't even watch the games are voting for the MVP.
We don't even like Tatum around here.
Joel kept us in that series, man. He kept us in that series. We wouldn't have gone anywhere without him. It sucks. It sucks we couldn't go any farther, but I mean, that's on the GMs and everybody else not surrounding them with enough firepower.
Yeah, Mr. Elton Brand.
The bench was unplayable. That's why we went through the bench so quick, because there's nothing to say. We don't have any Tyler Heroes on our bench. We don't have any Gabe Vincents on our bench. Our bench stinks, so it all relies on Joel Embiid, and he was injured. He can't do it all. I mean, he can do it all if he's healthy. Hell, he'll get 40 points a night, but it's unfortunate. We love you, Joel. You'll always be an A+++++++++++ for me.
Always, man. Definitely. All right, so we went through all the players. Last but not least, we're gonna close out with the Sixers overall. I see a lot of A's. I see a lot of B's. I see some D's. I see F's. But the Sixers overall, this is not players. This is the Sixers. Where did we succeed? Where didn't we succeed? This is a hard one. I'll go first. This is a hard one for me because we did the same thing I'm used to. We went to the second round and lost.
Yeah.
So, albeit we had the MVP of the league, albeit we have a budding star in Tyrese Maxey, we have an unknown in what we're going to get from James Harden in the future, but it looks bright. It's better than what we had. The Sixers grade for me this season would be a B-, simply because I still feel as though we underachieved. Yes, we can point at the bench all day and say they trash, but guess what? They got us the 4th seed. 4th seed means we should at least be competitive when our big fella goes down. Like they got to be able to do something.
I don't even think that they did get us there, though, BG, because Doc was shortening his rotations. He wasn't even playing with 8 guys for a while there.
But the thing is, it's not even about Doc shortening his rotation. It's about doing the right things with the rotation. Hey, what about you call a timeout when the team's on a 17-0 run? What about you take this all bench lineup What about you stop putting Niang in at the exact same time every single game? There was a lot of bad things this year with this team, but there was a lot of good. I'm proud. I will always be proud to wear this red, white, and blue. I will always be proud to wear this East Leaf Sixers shirt. I will always be proud to represent Philadelphia and love my Sixers. You will never fail, in my opinion, but I can't give you a super high grade when we keep ending in the second round. So B- for me.
Go ahead, John.
As a whole, it's hard to grade. It's hard to give a mean, meaning like average, of the whole team, considering the top four really did most of the work, right? I mean, the top four, they're all in the A and B classes because they did most of the work.
Yeah.
The other guys, they're doing nothing but dragging the mean down, right? So if our main guys are an A and our freaking bench is a D, we can't really average those out because it's not even. So I'm going to go with a B. I would love to see them get past the damn second round. They get past the second round, doesn't matter to me. They're an A. They're at a B for me.
Jose, mid-season, we only let you give the final grade. We left it up to you. You closed out the show. So that's why I went first this time, to let you close out the show. You gave them an A at mid-season. We were the 3 seed. We now ended up tied for the 2nd seed, which ended us with the 4th seed. The floor is yours, brother. You gave them an A. What was the Sixers' overall grade for the 2021-2022 season?
As a team, they went down to me. We fell short. We didn't improve, so they can't go any higher. And it's just like, and the reason why I'm lowering my grade is because as a team, everybody's accountable here. You know what I'm saying? And I criticize all these players. I've nicknamed certain players the Donut Brothers because they didn't show up so many times. Coach, buffoonery, a lot of it. Bad lineups, bad substitutions, bad decision makings, taking the challenge flag home with you every night because you didn't want to throw it. Like, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with you still being here, Mr. Glenn. Phillies made my day when they pulled the trigger on this dude.
I know.
Pow! Get out of here. Mid-season.
Joe Girardi, see ya.
Mid-season. Pow! Why the Sixers can't do that? You know? I was so ready for Sam Cassell to step up. Or somebody else. I don't care. I'm still on that. Get him out of here. I'm still going to be on that. I don't feel like he's the one for us. Just don't feel it. I don't care who not healthy. I don't care who is. I don't care who's not playing right. He is not the one for us. Somebody else got to come here and take this team to the promised land. I don't feel like it's that man. So my grade gonna be B-.
So they dropped down for you, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I think they dropped down for you because the grade was high, because it looks like we was gonna get out the second round, and then they didn't, and then they didn't. So
that was before the injuries.
Yeah, but that comes with the
and
game.
That was before we saw
the game.
Yeah, that was before we saw the James Harden, what he was going.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, in the NBA, there is not one team. People can say, "Oh, this team is majority healthy. This team is majority healthy." There's no team in the playoffs that's 100% healthy.
No.
So injuries.
Jimmy played 48 minutes of that last game. 48 minutes.
Took the L. But he left it all out there.
He sure as hell did. But
So
he didn't have anybody like Joel said. Joel, don't you even think about it. Miami could use another star.
he was just talking as it's a fact. They could use another star. That star will not be Joel Embiid. I know a lot of people scared about that. But I'm not scared about that because this is East Sleep Sixers and Joel Embiid is a damn Sixer. So
That's right.
With that being
No,
said,
they ain't know with that being said.
I
I got an announcement to make.
I'm not closing all the
I
way.
got an announcement to make.
Go ahead.
Lord Jesus, give me the microphone. Next episode. Let me look at my calendar real quick just so I get the date right. I'm sorry.
Just so y'all know, this is news to me and Jen. Whatever he's about to say, I'm waiting.
We don't know what he's
We don't even know what he's talking about. So while he's looking at his calendar, we're just gonna keep talking.
Next episode, which is Wednesday, June 15th, will be all you guys who watch this show opportunity to tell us what you like and what you don't like about us. When I say us, I mean BG, myself, and Miss Jennifer here, Carl. Tell us what you don't like.
Would that be like the Eat Sleep Sixers report card show?
Yes, sir.
That sound. I like the way that sound, man. I like the way
That's
that
the
sound.
East Sleep Sixers report card. June 15th, right here, 7 o'clock. Don't miss it.
And don't
Criticize.
forget to tell a friend,
Criticize.
tell a friend, tell
Don't
a
hold
friend.
back. Don't hold back.
Criticize us.
Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you don't want to see. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and if there's any ideas you have for segments, would like to hear them. We're going to be incorporating some new segments next season. We're excited about it. We're going to be planning. We'll do some draft, something for the draft.
Oh, we got draft show coming. Draft show coming.
We got
We got the 15th show coming. We got BG's farewell tour show coming. No, I'm sorry.
not going to be BJ's farewell tour. That's
Man, what? Goodbyes forever. Pop. See you later.
My see you later show. I'm sorry. But yeah, don't forget, man. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Snapchat, man. We live by word of mouth advertising. So make sure you do what for me, Jose?
Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you ain't understand what I said, I'll tell you in Spanish. No te olvides a decirle a un amigo y una amiga que le diga a un amigo y una amiga que le diga a otro amigo y otra amiga. ¡Wepa!
Wepa. Let's not forget. Look, it may be the end of the Sixers season, but y'all will get plenty of content for us. We got plenty of shows coming. We got our giveaway show coming too. Please be on the lookout for that. Our giveaway show is coming very, very soon.
And if anybody sees Aunt Sims, tell them about June 15th and tell them we said, Whippa! If anybody sees PG's mom, we need her on here too.
Because she got to be telling everybody to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't see her comment up here, and I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to have to holler at her myself. I got a number. BG, I'll be at your mama house.
All right, in the broadcast.